What's up, everybody? This is Jose Gagnon, the random guy, 75 here again today. And we are finally going to be kicking off this month with starting with the first 2 episodes of Season 4 of Everything Wrong with Thomas the Train commentaries, where this season will mostly be focused on the smaller engines called the narrow gauge engines, and they work on the Skarloey Railway. So we're finally going to be starting off the first 2 episodes today, and this is where things start to pick up. The episodes are a lot more interesting, and there are a lot, just so much great things are going to happen in this season, all because of these small little narrow gauge engines, as we're about to see. So we're going to get the things rolling. You already know that things go here. And we're starting off with, episode 1, GranPuff. So hopefully you're going to be enjoying this season as much as I am. And we're going to start right now. You already know the things going here. Yeah, man. Woo! Yeah! You already know, man.
One winter's night, when the cold wind blew, the engines found it hard to sleep. All we need, suggested Toby, is to listen to a story. A mysterious story, said Percy. But, added Duck, it must have a happy ending. Driver told me a story, said Thomas. So everyone listened. Once upon a time, began Thomas, there were 3 little engines who lived in their own little shed on their own little railway. Their names were Duke, Stuart, and Falcon. Duke was the oldest and named after His Grace the Duke of Sodor. He was proud of this and loved to keep the little engines in order.
So basically, this is our very first introduction to the narrow gauge engines. And, the first one being Duke. But he's only going to be seen in 4 episodes this season, and then he's never seen ever again after the 4 episodes that they put him in. But Stuart and Falcon will be in the other episodes, but they basically get their names changed later on to Sir Handel and Peter Sam. But this is basically like in the bunch of years ago, super long time basically is when this started out. And it's just funny seeing how these small engines and Duke being the oldest, it's just super funniness.
Whenever they did anything that Duke thought wrong, he would say, that would never suit His Grace.
What does Duke expect from Stuart and Falcon? I mean, they're really young trains, so they don't really know any better. They're just like little kids, pretty much. They love to, just do crazy stuff and, just act crazy for no reason. Because basically, that's what, little kids do. And that's basically, the way Stuart and Falcon are behaving. They're acting just like little kids because, they're the youngest trains that hang around with Duke. But, Duke, since he's the oldest, he wants to try to, make sure nothing bad ever happens and that they, just do the work. But he still likes Stuart and Falcon, even though they love, being childish and, just doing crazy stuff, because, that's just the way they are, pretty much.
Other engines came and went, but Duke outlasted them all. Stuart and Falcon used to call him GranPuff. They were fond of him, but they got very tired of hearing all about his grace. Sometimes they would tease him and chant, "Engines come, engines go, GranPuff goes on forever." "You impertinent scallywags," Duke would say. "Whatever are you engines coming to?" "Never mind, GranPuff, we're only young ones." "Well, you'd better mind, unless you want to end up like Smudger." "Oh, GranPuff, whatever happened?" "Smudger," said Duke, "was a show-off."
Now, basically, Duke's going to be telling Stewart and Falcon a story of, this other really young train that didn't like to follow the rules too much, who's called Smudger. And basically, this story is going to scar them for life because, like, what the thing that's going to happen to Smudger, as we're about to see in a couple minutes here, it's going to make them, just super surprised and just like, at a loss for words pretty much, as we're about to see here in a couple minutes, because Smudger also, didn't really care about, if bad things happened as well, as we're about to see here in a couple minutes, as Duke tells, them his little story about Smudger and stuff.
He rode roughly and often came off the rails. I warned him to be careful, but he took no notice. "Listen, Dookie, who worries about a few spills?" "We do here," I said, but Smudger just laughed. Until one day, manager said he was going to make him useful at last. Smudger stopped laughing then. "Why? What did he do?" "He turned him into a generator. He's still there behind our shed. He'll never move again." After that, Stuart and Falcon became really useful engines, and all three were happy together for many years.
That's like one of the most craziest things that's ever happened, in the show. It's just, since that poor train Smudger kept, coming off the tracks a lot and causing accidents, they didn't decide to just, check him over and see, why he kept coming off the tracks. They're just like, "Oh, we're just going to turn you into a generator." It's so messed up, man. Now he can't even move anymore because he's just stuck in one place for the rest of his life. And all he can do is just watch the other, trains just go by. Like, it's so messed up. I can't believe they just turned him into a generator. It's so craziness, man. I can't believe it. Super crazy messed upness, man. Super crazy messed upness.
Then, hard times came. The mines in the hills closed. And the railway was closed too. People came to buy the engines. "Well, take Stuart and Falcon." No one wanted Duke. They thought him too old. "Cheer up, GranPuff," called Stuart. "We'll find you a nice railway, and then you can come and keep us in order." They tried to be brave and cheerful, but no one really thought their dreams would come true. Duke's driver and fireman oiled and greased him one last time. They sheeted him snugly and said goodbye. They had to go away and find work. Duke was alone. "Oh well," he sighed, "I'll go to sleep. It'll help pass the time." Winter torrents washed soils from the hills. Trees and bushes grew all around. You wouldn't have known a shed was there, let alone a little engine asleep inside. "That's not a happy ending," exclaimed Percy. "Ah," murmured Thomas sleepily, "there will be, but that'll have to wait until next."
So this is the very first time in the show that they've decided to do a two-parter. So that's why, I'm going to be including episode 2, since this is, the very first two-parter that's ever happened in this, in the show, pretty much. So hope you enjoyed episode 1. Like I said, we'll be going right into episode 2, which is called Sleeping Beauty of season 4. So get the greatness, have the happy times. You already know that things go here, and we will see you in episode 2 of season 4. Yeah, man. You already know how these things are going to go on the channel, man. And we hope that you're going to be loving this season so much.